Hi, my name is Faith.
And I'm Nathaniel.
And we've been married for 10 years.
A whole decade and counting.
Yeah. And we know that there's some special days coming up, and it can be incredibly difficult for some, whether it's Mother's Day, Father's Day. We really wanted to share about our journey to parenthood and encourage anyone who's in a season of waiting. We've been married for 10 years, but for the first 6 years, we were waiting to have our children. And when I say waiting, I mean we were trying. We were told at the first year of marriage that it would be really hard for us to conceive naturally. We were also told that it would be hard for us to maintain a pregnancy. That's the last news that you want to hear from any doctor. And so it was really a difficult time. And in that period of time, we experienced 4 losses, and it felt like it was happening at really cruel moments.
Our first loss happened shortly after Mother's Day, where we announced that we were pregnant, and it would have been the first grandchild on both sides of the family. Mm-hmm. The second happened when we were at a friend's baby shower, and then the third happened when Faith was serving at an event for the church. And then on top of that, during this time of like these first 3 losses, our marriage was in disarray. Mm-hmm. And not because of the losses, but because of a whole other set of issues. And so we had all of this happening within our home and within our lives and our walk with God, and are left at this intersection of like, God, what are we supposed to do?
I think we really started seeking Him after that 3rd loss. Mm-hmm. And that's where we started to see a shift in our approach to the next chapter in our lives. Just before we experienced our 4th loss, we entered into a period of prayer and fasting. And it wasn't the first time that we had fasted, it wasn't the first time that we had prayed, but there was something different about the alignment that we had with each other and the alignment that we had with God.
Yes.
Even when we had the loss, we were at peace. So after that loss, and one of the prayer points was, are we going to move forward with fertility treatments? Because at this point, even though we strongly believed that we were going to conceive naturally, we felt we released that too. That was one of our prayer points. We were kind of moving along with the process as well, and everything was scheduled, but some treatment that I had to have that came out of the blue meant that we would have to push back anything that we had scheduled. And this is in the middle of COVID, so appointments were very here and there. Meanwhile, we're waiting for my body to kick in, and the nurse says, "Is there a possibility that you could be already pregnant?" I said, "No."
Plot twist. But what did God say?
But God said yes. God said yes. And this is shortly after our loss.
Yeah.
And so we were not expecting it at all.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, we were pregnant with our first daughter, who was born the following year. And even when I look back at that time, I'm just like, wow, the moment that we really released, we're really seeking Him.
We're really united.
We're really united. And I think even at one point we said, you know what, Lord, we're praying for children, but if you would have it that we didn't have children, we're still serving you. Yeah. And that's when He did the miracle. And our God, He does exceedingly and abundantly above all that we can ask or think. And so as we were not even expecting, we recently gave birth to our 2nd daughter. And just seeing how God has turned around our story, it's just, I continue to be in awe of Him. And I think about those days where I was on the bathroom floor, where we were not seeing eye to eye, where it just didn't even seem like a family could come from our line.
Yeah.
And to see our reality today is just proof that God always has the final say.
What's impossible with man is possible with God.
So if you're waiting for children, don't give up hope. Keep seeking Him and trust His timing and His process.